was back to Marvel and Captain America carrying him back into the family. Yeah. That will happen again with Fantastic Four Marvel because Marvel right now is on this roll. Everything they put out right now, it works financially. Whatever. I love Ant-Man. I know there's some people who didn't like it. I mean, even a movie like Iron Man 2, which is people don't really like that much. They all make money. They all produce business, and they all have developed these characters into iconic characters. And I think that the fans, at least I would, if I knew Marvel was getting a hold of it again, you know that the film, like, look, even when the rumors of Ava DuVernay coming to Black Panther, right? Look at who they're going after. Fox doesn't know how to do that. Not who knows, but it's not. They don't know what they're doing with those properties. Marvel does. So for me, I'm going to be more confident if they get Fantastic.
And here's the other thing too. Keep in mind the Hulk, right? Because you had that Ang Lee film, The Hulk, that came out that everybody disparaged, nobody liked. They took another shot at it, this time under Marvel Studios. They took another shot of it. It was an improvement, but Hulk was not a beloved character at that.
You know, all this talk about movies and, you know, all this stuff, it's getting me really jazzed to do an updated movie collection video, because this is long overdue. My first one came out over a year ago. I've acquired a lot more since then, so you know what? Let's do it. Hello everyone, this is Lego Lover 117 coming back at you with yet another video. And yes, as the intro stated, it is time for the updated DVD plus Blu-ray collection video, and it is going to be freaking awesome because look at all of this. Like, here's all of the DVDs, right? Most of these you all saw in the last collection video. I didn't include some because they're over in my closet right now, like most of the SpongeBob releases I didn't include because, well, those are pretty pointless, and really I'm thinking about getting rid of some of those in the coming future. And then look at the Blu-ray stack. Yes, the Blu-ray gets its own stack this time because I've accumulated so much over this past year, and it is pretty exciting to me actually because, you know, I'm a big movie buff and I love owning all of this stuff. And yeah, the Blu-rays get their own stack this time around, so that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and dig into this giant wall fortress of movie greatness. As usual, the superhero / sci-fi section is over here. A few new installments in that section, but not many. Most of them have moved over to the Blu-ray section for the superhero stuff. So let's go ahead and jump into a pile here. Let's see, which Spire do I want to start with? Let's start with the one that has Aladdin on the top of it. Mr. MPS should appreciate this because I own Aladdin, and it's a great movie. Lilo and Stitch, one of my favorite childhood movies. Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch, not great. It's actually pretty weak, in my opinion. Stitch the movie, the kickoff to the TV series, which was pretty good. I also own a VHS copy of that. Leroy and Stitch, my favorite Stitch movie, because I like seeing Stitch fight himself, basically. Because, you know, Leroy's the evil version of Stitch, and we all like seeing that, right? The Bourne Identity, I have watched this, and it was pretty interesting. The cliffhanger at the end is what made me want to buy the other two. The Bourne Supremacy, my copy is not in the best condition. As you can see, I kind of had to tape the side there, but I haven't watched it yet. Or its third installment, The Bourne Ultimatum. I've owned these for about a month now, both of them. Got them from FYE used. So yeah, I haven't watched either of them yet, but I hope to soon. Transporter 1 and 2, $5 at Walmart. I've seen 1, have not seen 2. Hopefully we'll watch that. Hopefully we'll watch 2 pretty soon. Arnold Schwarzenegger's The Last Stand. Get through the chopper! Yeah, he actually didn't say that in this movie, but it's pretty good. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 2. The worst Mission Impossible movie, in my opinion. It's pretty weak. Probably will never watch it. Probably will never watch it again. Mission Impossible 3, the breathalyzer to the Mission Impossible franchise. I really like Mission Impossible 3. the 4 film favorites Matrix collection. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've only seen the first Matrix. I haven't watched Revolutions, or that's Reloaded, or Revolutions, or this Animatrix animated stuff. I've only ever seen the first one, and the first one's really good. I don't refuse to watch the other 2, I don't know why I haven't. Rush Hour trilogy, haven't popped one of these in the player yet. I probably will soon, though. I've seen the first one, and the first one is really funny. I hear the other 2 aren't as good, though. Speed, I really like this movie. FYE, $5. You can't go wrong with that, and plus, it's Keanu Reeves. Respect the Keanu. Just do it. And plus, the Flash parody of Speed was just hilarious. The Expendables, it was an okay action flick. I highly enjoy it, and I watch it often, actually. The Expendables 2, one of my favorite movies of all time, and yeah, I watch it more often than the first one, and more than any other movie, actually. I think I've seen this about 7 times. I mean, it's just that good, people. Liam Neeson in Taken, I really like this. I haven't seen its sequels, and I think I'll just refuse to watch those, because I don't want to ruin the franchise for me. Good Will Hunting, it was a pretty good drama, actually, and Roman, you were wrong. This is not about Talking Raccoon. Dun 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 dun. Jaws, one of my favorite movies of all time, as always. Just a great movie all around. Definitely not for children, though. And here's another movie that's not for children, Saving Private Ryan. Now, a lot of people would say that Saving Private Ryan is overrated, and I would say no, it's actually not. I think when you're old enough to watch it at that age where you're old enough to appreciate its values, and this film shows what war is like, actually. As far as I know, I've never been in an actual war, but some people I've talked to say that that is one of the most realistic war films that they've ever seen in their life. Top Gun, yeah, it was alright. It was Tom Cruise's young days. I mean, there's not much there. I mean, there's not much of a plot going for it. I mean, it's fighter jets. What's there not to like? Yeah, we're just not going to talk about it. My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump. I really like this movie. I think that Eric Pierre 53 will kill me that it's not on my top 10 most loved movies list. But I like it nonetheless. It's a great watch. Great rom-com. The Lego Movie. This was effing fantastic. I really enjoyed this. It was a great theater experience, and it was one of the biggest surprises of 2014 for me. The Die Hard 4 films collection with Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and Live Free or Die Hard. I really liked the first Die Hard. Die Hard 2 was meh. Die Hard 3 was on the same level as the first Die Hard, and Die Hard 4 was alright. Monsters, Inc. Shift focus here. We're going to move the camera a little bit over here. Ratatouille. Madagascar. Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa. I don't own Madagascar 3. The Essential Bugs Bunny collection. Everyone should have at least one Looney Tunes release in their movie collections. I don't care how old you are. Just have at least one Looney Tunes release, because Looney Tunes are fantastic. Shrek 2. Shrek the Third. I don't own Shrek 1. I own Shrek 1 on VHS, but I don't own Shrek 4. Barnyard. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Megamind. Polar Express. Penguins of Madagascar Operation DVD premiere. and Penguins of Madagascar Happy King Julian Day. I really like this cartoon series. It's one of my favorites. And I'm sorry that it got canceled as soon as it did, because it was actually really good. And then this little bonus disc that includes the original pilots of the Penguins of Madagascar TV series. And that came bundled with Madagascar 2 Escape to Africa. As you can see, it forms that large Jeep thing. So it came bundled like this when this was first released. So I'm not sure if this is rare or not, but it's got the original 2 pilots on it, so that's cool. It's always nice to own something like that. Johnny Test, Super Smarty Pants. Johnny Test is an alright series, in my opinion. I'll be honest, I haven't gone back and watched it in a long time, actually, but I'll just have to see how good it really is, if I ever get around to watching it again. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, I really like this movie. It's one of my childhood favorites. I've seen the second one. I rented it from Redbox. I just didn't feel like I needed to buy it because it wasn't as good as the first one. It was good, just not as good as the first one. It felt kind of flat for me. Lego The Adventures of Clutch Powers. I'm actually sad that they didn't make a sequel to this because they were setting up a sequel for this, and it never got made. It never got greenlit. Despicable Me. Took me a while to say that. Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2. I'm psyched for Kung Fu Panda 3 because Kung Fu Panda 2 was pretty good. And the first Kung Fu Panda was good too. Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 1. These are excellent films. All 3 of these are some of Pixar's greatest films that have ever been put on to film. What's New Scooby-Doo Season 1 and What's New Scooby-Doo Season 2. I've seen most of Season 1, seen a little bit of Season 2. I haven't watched every episode that's on these. I hope to one day actually do that. The Looney Tunes Show, Season 1, Volume 2. One of my favorite cartoon series because the Looney Tunes Show is just excellent. And then Season 1, Volume 2. I don't own Volume 3 because I can never find it anywhere. The Incredibles, and another one of Pixar's greatest achievements. And I'm psyched for the second one. Lego Ninjago, Masters of Spinjitzu. This release includes the original pilot episodes, which were a 2-parter, and you can't find these on any other release. So I'd say if you see this and you're a fan of Ninjago, go out and buy it. It's usually about $5 because I think they overproduced these because I see them everywhere. And on that note, Ninjago Season 1 and Season 2. I did those backwards. Season 1, Season 2. These in my opinion are the only good seasons of Ninjago. I really like Season 1. Season 2 is even better, but it should have ended after Season 2 because they just kept it going and it didn't need to go on. It should have ended with Season 2. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that fact. I'm obligated. Ice Age 1 and Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. Ice Age 1's alright. Ice Age 2 is better, in my opinion. Ice Age 3 was kind of weird. It was like Jurassic Park for Ice Age. I don't own Ice Age 4, even though I like it. Cars. What sucks for this is I own it in full screen, and I should have bought it in widescreen. But hey, I was like a kid when this came out, so I didn't know. Cars 2. Now, actually, I'm kind of regretting putting this on my top 10 most loved movies list, because even though this was kind of an action crucible for me, because this was the first, like, big action movie I ever saw, yeah, I'm calling Cars 2 an action movie. Deal with it. But, yeah, I think I would put this at maybe, like, number 14 or 15 on my most, maybe like a top 20 list, but I don't think it should be in my top 10. I'm actually considering taking that out of my top 10 because, yeah, I put it there for nostalgic reasons, pretty much. Now we're going to move over into the Blu-ray stack, because that's the stack I've been waiting to get to, because it has the most new stuff that you guys have never seen. HD DVD print of The Bourne Identity. Promotional disc. You all saw this in my HD DVD review. The Italian Job in the same format. And 300 in the same format. Still not opened, because I'm never going to open this. Its value will just increase that way. At least I hope it will. Jurassic Park. Da, 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 da. One of my favorite movies of all time, actually. I think I might replace Cars 2 with Jurassic Park, because I've seen Jurassic Park maybe 5 times. And plus the Steelbook is just awesome. Like, I love that I found the Steelbook. I love the Steelbook. Now, this is my most recent add-on to my collection, Avengers Age of Ultron. I really love this movie. I don't know... I mean, I get the criticisms that some fans are throwing at it, but come on. It's the Avengers. You all know you were just as excited for it as I was, and it was amazing. Like, it lived up to my expectations. So, yeah, Avengers Age of Ultron. Just to give you all a perspective of how much I love Avengers Age of Ultron, I have owned the Blu-ray since last Monday, and I've watched it 3 more times. Twice on the same day. Yeah, I'm insane. Captain America the Winter Soldier. You guys saw me pick this up in a vlog. Great movie. Air Force One. Great action movie with Harrison Ford. That's the reason I picked it up, and because it had Gary Oldman in it. The Terminator. Where is Sarah Connor? The Terminator. What else can you say? T2 Judgment Day. Still pretty great, and still holds up on Blu-ray, actually. Terminator Salvation. Yeah! We're just not going to talk about that. Sylvester Stallone in First Blood. Seen it, really was confused by it, and then I watched it a second time, and I enjoyed it more. First Blood Part 2, haven't watched it yet, can't really say much about it, because I don't know what it's about. And then Stallone and Rambo. I like the Rambo films. The first one was great, and this one was great too. Well, it's one of my most loved movies. RoboCop. The name's Murphy. It's RoboCop. What else can you say about it? A good detective. Yeah! What sucks is this is the only Die Hard movie I own on Blu-ray, and yet it's my most hated Die Hard movie, because I have never finished this. I've gotten halfway through it, and I turned it off in frustration. I tried to watch it again, and I got to the same point and switched it off, because I cannot finish this god-awful travesty. Transformers, I've seen it twice. Probably will never watch it again. It was alright. We're just not going to talk about this. Transformers Dark of the Moon. I still like this one the best out of the Transformers franchise, and I refuse to buy Transformers 4 because I just hate it. I hate it. Worst theater experience probably of 2014. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the Bueller version. I haven't watched this yet, actually, and I've had it in my collection for over a year now, and I don't know why I haven't watched it. The Fugitive, another great Harrison Ford performance, and an iconic movie, really. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. TMNT, regardless on popular, or I guess critical opinions, I really like this movie. The Italian Job, in a format that I can actually watch. It's a great heist movie. Don't know why some people hate it. Mission Impossible. Yep, that's right. I do own the first Mission Impossible on Blu-ray. And Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol on Blu-ray. And I plan on getting Rogue Nation when that comes out. Yes, I do own Mission Impossible 1 and 4 on Blu-ray, and then 2 and 3 on DVD. And that's only because when I went to Walmart to buy all 4 Mission Impossible movies, they only had 1 and 4 on Blu-ray, and 2 and 3 were never to be found. And then I went to FYE and found 2 and 3, and I was like, hey, I'll just buy them now. So yeah, that's what happened. Live, Die, Repeat. No, that's not the actual title. The actual title is Edge of Tomorrow. I really like this movie. It's one of the best movies of 2014, actually. Inception. This movie makes you want to think, you know? The name's less interesting, PG-13 Murphy. The remake of RoboCop. Watched it maybe twice. Don't think I'll ever watch it again, though. Expendables 3... What do they do to the Expendables franchise? This movie enrages me, but I like the climax segment with all the action and stuff. Even though it is PG-13 action, it's still kind of fun. The reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I quite like this, actually. It was a nice reboot. Different. But, you know, I just think that people are hesitant to go with new things. I'm hooked on the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love this movie. It was really great. X-Men Days of Future Past, my third favorite movie of all time, because it's just great. I say that with a lot of movies. They're just great. Except for this movie right here, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I say that this is terrible. And that's because it is. Exodus, Gods and Kings. Now, being a Christian myself, I think this is pretty faithful to the actual story, except at the end. Spoiler alert here for this movie, but Pharaoh should have died. I hate that he didn't die. Unspoiler alert. Sorry if you haven't seen it yet. Man of Steel, I don't love it. Like I said in my original collection vid, I don't really love it, but I like it. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. The reason it was down here is because all the slipcover ones stay down at the bottom. It's alright. I like it. I don't hate it like some people do, like just constantly hate on it. Maybe that says something that how I liked Terminator 5. Star Wars The Clone Wars The Lost Missions, aka Season 6. It was alright. Definitely like Season 5's kind of book ending to it better, but the Clone Arc was the most interesting series of episodes in that season. Star Wars prequel trilogy, gotta get it for Revenge of the Sith, because, you know, Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels, but I'll never pop in Phantom Menace again. Or maybe I will, because I'm going to rewatch all the Star Wars films leading up to Force Awakens, as everyone in America and the world will. Now, these are the films you gotta own. The original trilogy. Obviously, you gotta have these on Blu-ray. I don't know why I didn't. Took me a while to find them. And my only boxed set of these that I own, the Indiana Jones collection. I still, to this day, have not seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and for good reason. I've seen clips of it. Now we got 2 more stacks to go, so I hope you're sticking with me here, because this is going to be a long video. I think I should have said that at the beginning, but I didn't because I'm stupid. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Forever. Bolt. Wreck-It Ralph, great video game movie. SpongeBob SquarePants Complete Season 1. Complete Season 2. Complete Season 3. Season 4 Volume 2. Season 5 Volume 2. and Season 6, Volume 1. Yeah, I own a lot of SpongeBob. I was a big SpongeBob fan back in my childhood. Peanuts Holiday Collection includes Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and Charlie Brown Christmas classics. You gotta watch these every holiday season. You just have to. If you don't watch these, you're not American, and you're dead to me. And I will not come to your funeral. Avatar Last Airbender Season 2. I don't own Season 1 because I can't find it anywhere, but I really want to own Season 1 because that series is just phenomenal. Season 3, I really love... Like I said it before, Avatar's phenomenal. Home Improvement Season 1, great sitcom. Seinfeld Season 3, and Seinfeld Seasons 1 and 2. Now, I've said this once, and I will say it again. If you have not seen Seinfeld, you are also dead to me, and I will not come to your funeral, because Seinfeld is the quintessential American 90s sitcom that everyone in the world must watch. And if you haven't seen it, then you have sinned against me, and you will not be forgiven until you've watched it. Alright. My knees are getting... Alright, my knees have gotten... They have turned to jelly right now. But yeah. Look at all that. It's a sea of DVDs over there and Blu-ray. But we got one more stack to go, and then we're done. You can leave class after I'm done with this stack. So yeah. Captain America the First Avenger, still don't have a case for this, but you know what? It's fine. 4 film favorites, Batman collection, which includes Batman Returns, not Forever. Now it's Batman Forever. And that. Batman Begins, aka Batman CPR. Great movie. Regardless. The Dark Knight. And The Dark Knight Rises. Now, I like The Dark Knight Rises. In fact, I love it. As much as The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. I don't know why people have such a problem with this movie. The Punisher, 2004. It was alright. I highly enjoyed it. Could have been better, but I guess all movies could be better. 4 film favorites, Blade collection, which comes with Blade, Blade 2, should come with Blade 3, and Blade House of Chthon. I don't know how to pronounce that. Chthon? I'm not sure. But I say it should come with Blade 3, because I bought this off of eBay, and yeah, Blade 3 was not in here, so I gotta get a separate copy of Blade 3. But I haven't watched any of these yet. I've heard that they're good, though. Original Iron Man, you guys already know my thoughts on that, and you already know my thoughts on this travesty. Iron Man 2. Thor. The Avengers, you already know my thoughts on this, too, and how much I frickin' love Avengers, and I could watch it for 25 years on repeat. Iron Man 3, I thought this was a pretty strong movie. Don't know why people were hating on it so much. I highly enjoyed it, actually. Now, I know exactly why people were hating on this movie, and it's deservedly so. Thor: The Dark World was not great. Some of its humor worked, but some of it was just kind of out there. Fantastic Four, immediately after I saw Fan 4 Stick, I rushed home, and I popped this movie in, and I washed that sour taste out of my mouth, because this movie is better than Fan 4 Stick. Yeah, deal with it. Now, this movie is on par with Fan 4 Stick. Yeah, I own 2 copies of this movie. I think I've explained this before, but I'll say it once again. It was this copy that I had just bought from FYE, and the disc from it got stuck in my player, because if you can see, there's some like residue on there that's kind of sticky, and it got stuck inside my player, and I was stupid and tried to pry it out with like a pencil, I think, and I thought I scratched and I thought I'd scratched it, so I thought I'd lost it forever. So I immediately ran to eBay and bought myself a second copy, but then I realized I could fix it, and I got it out of the player, so now I own 2 copies of this, so I guess if one fails, I'll have one to back it up. But yeah, it kind of looks like the Fantastic Four has a trilogy, doesn't it? It kind of looks like it. But no, it's just these 2 movies. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, it was pretty good. Wasn't great. Spider-Man 3 was pretty good too. Highly enjoyed that as well. We're not going to talk about this either, because I'm going to go on a 20-minute rant about it. Now, this is going to enrage some people in the comment section. You ready? You ready, trolls? I think this is the best live-action Spider-Man movie. Original X-Men, it was pretty good. Could have been improved, but it was pretty good. It revitalized comic book movies. X2, X-Men United, was better. And then X-Men 3, The Last Stand, was worse than both of them. But you know what? I kind of like it. The Wolverine, I really like this movie too. X-Men First Class, I can understand why people say that it's the best X-Men movie, but I just think that Days of Future Past is better. I'm sorry, I just do. But I mean, First Class is good too, but I think Days of Future Past is better. Spider-Man, the new animated series, The Mutant Menace. This was a short-lived animated series from back in 2003, maybe around there, because this series was airing between Spider-Man 1 and 2. So, yeah. Fun fact, Spider-Man, yeah, that's Neil Patrick Harris. No lie. Here's another release from that series, The Ultimate Face-Off. They put out 4 of these, and I own 2 of them, so I guess I own half of the series. Star Wars Trilogy bonus material. This came from a 2004 widescreen set of these films when they were first released onto DVD. Star Wars Attack of the Clones full screen version. I keep this around because of the bonus disc and all of the content it's got on it, but other than that, I'd trash it. Same with Revenge of the Sith full screen. I have the Blu-ray, so I don't really need these anymore, but you know, the bonus features on them and the bonus content are only on these releases, so that's why I keep them around. And plus, the full screen versions are kind of rare compared to the widescreen versions. Star Wars The Clone Wars, I quite like this movie. Don't know why people hate on it so much. I'm looking at you, Taj. Star Wars The Clone Wars, A Galaxy Divided. This was a release that was released before the Season 1 set that had 4 episodes on it from the TV series, as you can see it right back there. And yeah, this also had a counterpart known as Clone Commandos, and that had 4 episodes on it as well, and that was released around 6 months before we got this beautiful season set right here. And what's cool about this version of it is it's a digibook. So it's got a book right in there with all kinds of bonus content and stuff in there. So yeah, I'm glad I bought the first version, because the second version is like, well, slipcovers and regular disc cases and such. Same with Season 2, except this time the digibook could be pulled out and it was separate. And then when they came to Season 3, they completely skipped out on the book, because I guess it cost too much money. And yeah, they gave us regular sized cases with slipcovers, which look nice, and they're embossed too. Nah, they are not like those Thomas releases, which they skipped out on the embossing, and I don't like that. Season 4 was great because they brought back Darth Maul, which is one of my favorite characters from The Phantom Menace. Probably the only character I liked in that movie, honestly. Season 5, the best season of Star Wars The Clone Wars, in my opinion, because it had Darth Maul and Savage Opress, you know, kicking butt and taking names. Star Wars Rebels, Spark of Rebellion. I really like Star Wars Rebels, and I plan on picking up the Season 1 set on Blu-ray, not on DVD. because, you know, I've upgraded to Blu-ray and such. And the last release here is the Star Wars Trilogy DVD box set from 2008. The reason I keep this around as well is because this is actually pretty rare and uncommon, because not a lot of people bought these back in 2008, and that means less of them on the secondary market. As you can see, they're all widescreen, and they're all in these like slim cases. And they include the cut of the film from 2004, and then a bonus disc that has the so-called unaltered version, but we all know that's not true, because George loves to mess with stuff. So yeah, that's it for my updated Blu-ray and DVD collection video. As you can see, I've got a whole mess of Blu-rays and movies and stuff to go through and put away. So while I do that, you guys can comment below and say, hey, I like this movie that you don't like, or hey, I don't like this movie that you like, or hey, I don't like this movie that you also hate, and I like this movie that you also love. Go ahead and tell me what some of your favorites are in the comment section below. And if you have any movies for me that I should check out, comment those too as well. And watch no one comment anything, because that's what happens whenever I ask someone to comment. You guys are jerks. Anyway, thanks for watching this updated collection vid, and I will see you back here in a year for the third installment of my collection updates and such. So, with all that being said, as always, good night, everybody.